Hello, everyone. It's awesome to see you all back with us. Thank you so much for the support. We're all really happy with how the launch went, and now we're on our second episode, so that's super exciting. Last we left off, our adventurers made their way into the Midwood. They told tall tales around a campfire, but as they began to rest, they were attacked by strange skeletal beasts, who they narrowly defeated. Strange accordion music can now be heard up ahead. Welcome to Dive Cloud. Welcome to episode 2. Woo! Let's start with an opening cutscene. A man is digging through a pile of muck and dirt. He pulls up a roughly humanoid shape, a decomposing corpse. The man has thick furs across his shoulders, hastily cut and put together. He pulls out a wrought iron dagger and cuts away, decapitating it. He wipes it on the grass beneath him, and in his other hand holds the shepherd's staff. Welcome to Dive Cloud. That's the theme. All right.
Why are all your cutscenes so gross?
Yeah. Well, we should go around. It's the second episode. People still need to learn who we are.
Yeah. Thanks for listening this far.
Yes.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
I'm Jenny Collins. And I'm playing Shava Damaxic, which is a warlock of the Great Old One, and she is a tiefling. She has lavender skin, one amber gold eye, and one violet eye today. She is wearing a very fuzzy sweater and a huge skirt with some nice knee-high boots. She's got her little satchel bag where she keeps her book of haikus. And she also has this big quarterstaff, which has a moon, a crescent moon at the top with floating amethyst.
Neato. Wow. I am Weston Lema. I am playing Darius Smoke Brewer, a forge cleric from the Varn Igno city in the Crystal Mountains. He is wearing a white / silver polished armor with a crest of a diamond and a hammer, and all engulfed in a flame. He's carrying one small pistol strapped to his left leg, a large rifle strapped to his back, a mace strapped to his right hip. He is missing one eye with long auburn hair and a large beard, preferably with a drink in his hand.
I'm Brandon Korth. I'm playing Gang Evenway, an apeling druid of the forest, a fluffy little apeling, half monkey, half man kind of thing, and wearing his dark blue vest with yellow trim, yellow bracelets, and brown pants.
I'm Mike Lema. I'm playing Whispers at Sunset, the Aarakocra zealot barbarian. He is brown tinged with a little bit of white on the edges of his feather. He wears a leather harness with pieces of equipment strapped to it and carries a 3-clawed polearm.
And I am Cole Luther. I am your dungeon maester.
Meister.
Dungeon Maester.
So we meet up with your party again, traveling along the road. A strange sound in front of you. It sounds like accordion music playing in an almost discordant but still jaunty tune. You approach, and on the cart that is turned sideways towards your direction, it is painted on the front in yellow letters, Lady Avitica's Traveling Marionette Show.
Take two.
Take two.
Is this something that Whispers has even come close to seeing out on the road?
You have never met any sort of traveling showman who had a cart like this or anything like that. No, this is new to you.
Is this on the road or in like off in the forest side?
It's right on the edge of the road. It's not like it's a place you would travel. You could go right up next to
Does it
Arnold.
look set up or does it look like just in a cart?
There is a curtain, a red curtain in front that is drawn.
I would advise caution when approaching this madam.
I don't know. Have you seen these things? These are fun. Come on, guys.
They're rather disconcerting.
Yang walks forward and just kind of like plops down in front
Okay.
and sits on the ground
You
in
walk,
front of it.
you walk straight towards it, and you hear the music pick up a little bit. You hear like a flickering flame, and the curtain draws open, and you see an old, withered-looking woman, but she still seems like she's got a lot of youth left in her, even though she's older. She has a longer nose and seems a little hunched as she goes forward, but her hair is only slightly patched with gray. Woe to the weary traveler. What say you, young apeling?
I say, let the show begin! Yay!
Indeed. A starving artist on her way along the road. Forsooth, forsaken. But a group has made it possible that I shall be rewarded with the gift of observance. Who else shall join in this merry show that I have put together for all of you?
Yang's got his hands stuck up in the air right away.
I'm gonna lean over.
And his tail.
I'm gonna incite her just to see if there's
How are you inciting
anything creepy going on.
Oh, she's pretty creepy. You can tell that from the way she speaks
Okay.
and the way her cart looks.
Well, this was an alright roll. It was a 16. Could
What?
I use that on as an Arcana check to see if there's magic going on?
But I saved this roll up.
This roll is okay.
You're looking at her cart. There doesn't seem to be anything apparently magical
Mm.
off of it. Nothing glowing, other than there's a lantern flickering light up kind of onto her face that's by the side. But it is sunny, so it doesn't do a whole lot.
I'm gonna lean over to Whispers and I'm going to ask, have you ever seen anything like this before? This seems odd.
This is very odd. Use the ape for bait. And I will take roost in a tree and watch with my longbow at the ready.
At the ready.
Wow.
You knock an
I
arrow.
won't draw.
Yeah, but just like
Oh.
it's at his.
Okay, you have it in your hand.
Yeah, I'm not aiming anybody down.
And a flittering bird singing up in the trees, so large and with such wide eyes. You all have come today before Lady Avitica.
Who's that?
That's me.
Oh.
I am Lady Avitica, master of strings. So, let us begin our harrowing tale. And you watch as the curtain closes. And then...
Darius is also gonna bring his rifle and just kind of like let it sit, like, or just like resting, just here. It's like, and I like using it almost like a stick, just like with the barrel down, just like holding it and resting on it, ready to pull it up.
A few moments pass, and the music kind of quiets down for a bit, and then surges back up, and the curtain opens back up. And you see a simple representation of a puppet. Not extremely high craftsmanship, made of very rough wood, bits of bark still on it, almost like it's been freshly carved. And you see strings hanging down, thin, almost invisible strands of wire. And it starts to move around and dance. She, for a few seconds, just makes it do a little bit of a jig. And then it stops. And another larger puppet comes in, but it's just a foot.
Ooh.
And it steps down next to this puppet. No, you are not a man, little puppet. But yes, I am, sir. I am alive. I'm a real boy. The foot stamps again. No, life is not decided by magic. And the puppet says, I'm sure I'm alive. I'll prove it to you. And then goes off to the side, and the curtain draws again.
Yang's loving it.
What is happening?
The curtain opens and we see the little stick puppet carrying a key and rushes forward and moves kind of almost haphazardly, flings a little bit outside of the case and then settles back down. I found a key, the key to my soul. I shall open the gates and let myself be free.
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Do it!
And you watch him go over, and there's this kind of crudely drawn door. And it kind of comes into frame, pulled by a gloved hand. The stick puppet goes over in front of it. You hear her make a clicking, like, door opening sound, and then the curtain draws again.
Between this intermission, I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
Yeah, I guess is gonna scoot forward. You can't wait to see what's gonna happen. You're like,
I'm going to ready shield of faith.
The curtain opens again, and you see that the stick figure is now covered in like bits of fabric that are flesh colored. And he dances around and says, I'm real now. I'm real, don't you see? And the foot comes back down and says, you are not real. No amount of fake flesh shall make you real. The stick man hangs his head and the curtains draw. And the music goes dun 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 dun. And then
I really hope you do that instead of putting real music in the background of that part.
Yes, please.
And then the curtain draws back open, and she starts bowing.
You're the only one, like, directly giving her attention.
Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed Madame Avitika's fabulous traveling marionette show. She holds out a sun hat forward.
Flicker.
Any coin? Thank you.
Just like from
Kind
far away,
Korth.
just think.
What?
Would anyone else?
I'm gonna turn
She
to
doesn't show us.
You have anything?
I begrudgingly hand him a gold piece.
And I run up and drop it in.
Thank you, small atheling.
Whispers will drop down from the tree, coast over very softly and gently, land right in front of her, put his beak right up to her.
She just
Would you
smiles.
explain your parable, please? It's nonsensical.
That is the nature of art, fine owl.
The interpretation that I have from it is that if you want to masquerade as a groundwalker, you should not use fake flesh, but instead skin your enemies and flesh yourself properly. And then I will, like, kind of bird walk away.
A great bit of insight from the tree folk. She pulls the hat back in. That concludes my wondrous play.
No, do you have any more?
No, don't. Not what. We gotta keep going there.
No, it was so cool. More puppets.
More puppets.
More.
More puppets. Well, I can't let one more. And the curtain draws. And the music picks up exactly like it did before. And it opens, and you don't see anything. But then a gloved hand comes up and into the shape of a mouth begins to talk.
Like a sock puppet?
Like a sock puppet,
Yeah.
just a
hand.
gloved hand.
Okay.
Puppets know their place, wouldn't you say, young apeling?
Well, puppets aren't real, so they...
But puppets are real. And then the puppet comes back in, the kind of papery, skin-colored fabric that was on it, draping off. See? The puppet's right here. And the curtain just draws.
Can I look behind? I don't want to get close, but I want to, like, peek around.
Okay, you peek around. It's just a flat back. There is a door back there.
Is she back there?
She's not behind. Like, it's an enclosed space. She's in right now. It is completely, once the curtain's drawn, it's like closed off. There's a door, there's like a trap door that looks like a window on the back. and then there is a larger door that you would actually go through on the side with little steps coming down and 2 wheels on one side. So it would be drawn on a carriage, but you see no animal here either.
This is the first. Yang is slightly suspicious now, and just slightly walks back. He had like a tiny little shiver up his spine, and then like, does he smell anything? Like, does he? Yeah, as he's going back, he's just like, and he's just, it's like his animal instinct has kicked in. I'm just like, oh, something's wrong. This is weird.
Yeah, nothing smells strange or different.
Mhm.
It smells like old wood.
I'm gonna pull out my quarterstaff. I'm gonna poke the actual cart.
As you poke the cart, the curtain flings open, and she says, "Ta-da!"
All right, thank you for the show. We'll be on our merry way now.
That one was good. Thank you.
The last one was an improvisation. I'll just let you in on that.
A work in progress.
I'm trying to work on customer interaction. Customers so harsh. I appear to have become flustered. I have a script, you see.
It was
that I'd like
great.
to follow. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm
And-
gonna walk back to the cart.
And so, my theater adjourns from the weary walking folk of the wood. Enjoy your travels and make safe way forward. And the curtain draws again.
Do I poke it again?
Was that just a weird puppet show for no
Shaba,
reason?
even I know that's rude. Leave the lady alone.
I just touched it. How did she even know?
She performed twice for us.
I have a
Okay.
feeling she wasn't.
But I think it's time for us to go. Come on, guys. This is marching back.
I would, as we start to move forward, I would land on the cart, and my head would turn around 180 degrees.
Watch it the whole way.
Watching.
It stays exactly
Yeah.
where it is.
Oh, it stays there.
It stays there as you walk forward, leaving it behind, and as you turn, the trees cover it and you lose sight.
That was pretty awesome, guys, right?
No.
I mean, you gotta admit, the craftsmanship.
Nah.
I've seen some puppet shows in my time, and she did a good job, but that last one was a little odd.
Yeah, I will admit, that one was kind of weird.
Do none of you find it strange that there is an elderly woman in the most dangerous wood we know of, traveling alone?
Everyone's gotta make their money somehow.
Large amount of racket.
If she dies, so well. She's living her life.
She is not the one I am worried about.
Should we go back?
Nope.
I do not think that wise.
Well, if you think she's gonna do something, we should punch her or something.
And I really wouldn't mind taking that accordion. It sounded so cool.
You are not allowed to.
Whispers would hear that and be like, we should hurry down the road.
No accordions, please.
Fine.
So,
And Yang plops down in the cart and he's just humming the tune that was from the cart.
yeah, it's really discordant, and the chords, they sounded almost okay in the way that they were disharmonious on the instrument. But when you hum them, you realize just how out of place they really are.
Did anyone actually see someone playing that?
All you saw was the front of the...
So she's just got a music box lying back in her little cubby.
Yeah, it's just a performance.
Perhaps an evil magical item, but nonetheless we're on the road.
I've got 3. And then his tail pops up behind him.
It's not a far stretch for 4 hands.
So, the next thing, Whispers, that you know of, is there is a small inn up ahead. It is the last real place to stop before the good chunk of the Midwood, and then there's a small town closer to Aether. But between there, this is kind of your last stop.
Okay.
And you actually can rent a bed there. You were there once before, but not long. You actually didn't stay the night because you were too focused on moving forward at that point. So, you continue to travel.
Does Whisper sleep a normal amount, or does he sleep less?
You would see him hunch up, especially during the day if he can, and just kind of tuck his head under his wing a little bit and close his eyes. He definitely has that tired owl look to him if you wake him up from that, or you bother him during the day. Or he's usually
That's why he's so irritable.
he's pretty alert at night and sleeps in chunks a lot of times.
Cool. Do we know what the inn is called?
It is the Tilted Timber Inn. So, you continue along the road for, I would say, another day or two before you arrive at the inn. It is a small cottage with a tree growing up through the center of it. And next to it are a few separate buildings that are lodges, all connected. Kind of rough cabin construction. You see a woman out front gardening in a small patch in front of that little main cottage.
Okay.
And she lifts up to see all of you approach as she hears the wagon wheels. Hello, travelers.
Does she look like the marionette woman?
No,
Good.
she does not. She is mostly plain-faced with curly white hair. Do you all need to stay? It is at this point around 4 p.m. So, yeah.
It would be wise for us to stay.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of sleepy.
We also may have some food that we could buy for our travels.
She takes the spade that she's holding and sticks it into the... Actually, no, she pulls it up and wipes it on an apron that she's wearing with like a rough kind of florally pattern on it and sticks it back in a pocket. I'll get you all squared away. Come on inside. And she leads you into this main room of this cottage. It looks like a house that's been retrofitted into a main space for their organization. There's a main table, like a countertop with some information and some room numbers. How many rooms? We have currently we have 2 rooms available.
Enough for me.
Take them both.
I will not be needing a room. I will sleep in the tree, connected to your domicile.
That is fine. We
Don't mind him.
accept all walks of life on this in our humble inn.
Are you sure? He walks really funny.
I'm sure he flies just fine.
The head spins around. There's that.
He's just wagging his tail.
She pulls a card. She's like, we don't have keys and we normally don't need locks. I'm sorry, they're just a bit pricey to buy. But this is your room number. I'll write you in on the ledger. You should all be squared away. And she asked for 5 gold pieces for each room. So, 10 gold pieces, which you guys do have. And Whispers would know that cost would be coming too.
Tell me, innkeeper, have you seen a traveling puppet woman?
Lady Avinica.
Marionette show?
Why does that sound familiar? I don't think so.
Insight?
Maybe someone said something at some point, but
You should look for her. It's a great show. Just down the road.
down the road, I don't think I've ever met anyone like that. No.
Can I insight to see if she's lying?
Make an insight check. Gosh.
7.
7. It's impossible for you to really tell. She doesn't seem to be, for the most part.
Have there been any strange happenings?
Yes, there have been strange happenings. People have been disappearing along the roads. We don't know why. There are signs of a battle, but nothing really seems left behind.
We did encounter some weird undead furry things.
Gnolls.
Gnolls, yes.
Gnolls.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you not know your own language?
Undead gnolls? Not living. Undead.
Big creepy skulls, yeah.
They had nets and they were trying to trap us.
This is concerning. I should speak with my husband. Maybe he'll know more.
Is anyone else staying here right now?
Yes. There's Andy. And a very nice young woman. Very bubbly.
Okay.
Wait, and what was your name?
Hi, I'm Greta. It's nice to meet you. You are
I'm Yang.
Yang. Don't get too many apelings out this way. Animal folk in general, tend to not come out here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just having fun with my friends.
I can tell. They're a merry bunch. If you need, I'm an herbalist. If there's any basic medicines you need, come to me and I can be of assistance.
Actually, Whispers would tilt his head at that. You deal in herbs and medicines, then?
Yes.
As do I. Perhaps we could swap recipes.
I would love that. You wouldn't happen to have any maybe seeds of local flora from your...
I do, in fact, carry several seeds from the Eternal Tree.
Her eyes are like open and kind of look off to the side. I don't know if I know too much about an eternal tree.
That's because you are a groundwalker and ignorant of most things.
Uncalled for. But
Like I said, just don't mind him.
He would see her face react to that and get very confused, like he just doesn't understand why she's upset.
Are there like vials laying out, perhaps full of?
out here, this is kind of the main commons room. It doesn't appear like this would be where she would work on that kind of thing.
I would be very interested in learning of your ways as well.
You'd like to see where I work?
I'm very curious.
I'm more than happy to show people who are interested in my craft.
And I think something that's on all of our minds, do you have any food here?
Oh, we do carry food. It's basic, it's simple. Porridges and dumplings and things like that. But it's what we can afford.
You're paying for your food yourself.
Well, okay.
You might as well pay for mine too. You ate all those sweet rolls. You might as well pay me back.
Those are for me. Those were in my box.
You all see in the corner there's a man with a thick brown beard, kind of pointed downwards and off to the sides, wide brimmed hat on, and a kind of duster looking outfit in red color. And he's just got his feet up on a table and he's drinking a pint of ale.
I'm gonna skip over to his table. Hi.
He tilts his hat up. Hi there.
I'm Shava.
Nice to meet you, Shava.
She holds out her hand super excitedly.
Now, I'm busy, so carry on.
Okay. But it looks like you could use a friend.
Nope. I'm done with friends. Thank you.
That's a very sad thing to say.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay, have fun with your friend's drink there. Bye. He's gonna skip away.
He tilts his glass towards you.
I think he was not nice.
You seem nice.
He did not like me.
Well, he was attempting to drink and sleep. You kind of bothered him.
He does have a cool coat, though.
She has this huge pout on her face.
And through the door steps a man in green, slightly camouflaged clothing. A few leaves still on his shoulders that he brushes away as he walks through the door. A bow strung to his back with a quiver of arrows. And he walks through a door with a rabbit hanging from a belt loop.
What does he have hanging?
A rabbit.
Oh,
A rabbit.
I do not understand what he's doing. He should have consumed that.
that is the proper way to handle hunting and killing an animal.
Yeah.
You take it, you give it mercy, you give it respect. You don't just devour the second you see it.
It is unfortunate that your ignorance is so profound.
Well, travelers, I don't know what you're speaking about, but welcome to my home. This is the Tilted Timber Inn. I'm sure my wife's told you plenty. Yeah, we can get you a room. And she's like, Greta comes up and she's like, no, I already took care of it. She rushes up to give him a hug.
And what was your name?
My name is Damon. It's pleased to meet you all. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go carve up this rabbit. Anyone in the mood for like a rabbit stew or something like that?
Yes.
I don't think I've had anything like that before.
If
Well.
you've got enough for all of us.
We'll stretch it. I only caught one today.
Ooh.
I'll be out back. So she looks up towards all of you. Come along with me if you want to see where I work.
I'm gonna follow Mr. Damon, what's his face, and ask him if he's seen anything about a marionette show.
I'll go with Darius with Damon.
Okay, you both go up to him as he steps outside, and you join him out there.
Mhm.
What's this about a marionette?
So, you know these parts, you know this road. You noticed anything weird? Any puppet shows? Name a lady, Venta, what was her name again?
Avidica.
Vidica. Anything, you hear that name before?
Just not really.
Not really.
It rings a bell maybe, but nothing I can call. Now about things to look out for, people have been disappearing. I've been investigating as well.
Whereabouts have they been disappearing? On the road? Off the road?
Recently on the road. It used to be mostly people who went off the road. I've tracked them. I found what looked to be maybe bits of bone.
Any signs of
Struggle.
Struggle?
Yeah. Blood.
We did find some bone monsters that attacked us. Real spooky.
Bone monsters?
Yeah.
Like
Like a wolf skull, all fluffy. Oof. I think gnolls or something like that.
Get them to pronounce Knowles for the last time.
Whatever.
Just an N.
Knolls shouldn't be out here. They're plains dwellers.
We tell you so.
They shouldn't be in the woods.
We definitely found some.
And you said they were undead walking around?
Most certainly.
That's rare. You must have been near a cave or something.
Insight and see if he's lying about anything.
I think everybody's lying.
Yeah, I want to know about this crazy lady.
What's your roll?
19.
19?
Finally.
He seems genuine about most of what he's saying.
Great. Perfect. All right. Well, I'll let you back to your carving. Let me know when the stew's ready.
Yeah, let us know.
All right.
Thanks for your time.
We'll head off to one of the
He heads over
cottages
to
that
like
we were
a
to.
kind of shedded, like an open area with a roof over, and he starts carving the rabbit. Greta leads the rest of you over to this other kind of similar shack, but it's a little more crowded, a little more covered. And there's a bunch of potions and hanging herbs that are drying. You see bits of like dried insects and grasses. You see a mortar and pestle, simple, and some stones that look like they've got some sort of green paste on them. This is where I work.
Whispers would kind of hop over to her, kind of stoop over, put his head to the side, and say, "You seemed like I have offended you when I spoke of the eternal tree. Is that the case?"
No, you didn't offend me. Don't worry.
Good. So many of you groundwalkers are so unaware of your inferiority.
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm.
I'll put a cap on the back of that one.
Do I see any full vials, like completed works, that I can go look at?
You see a few filled glass, like jars, small jars.
Okay, are they half full or completely full?
There's one that's completely full, and another looks like it's actually on. There's like a small stove burning with coals that's like heating it very slowly.
Okay. I'm going to wait until it seems like she's distracted with talking with whispers,
She's pretty distracted.
and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna mix together
Okay.
the works that
boy.
she's making.
Yes.
All right. Make a stealth check. This would be a sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that hand.
21.
21 is pretty high. I don't think anyone notices. You very quickly and just dump one in the other, and it starts frothing and bubbling. And she looks over, hearing this kind of.
Oh, I walk away super quickly after that, though I'm not standing next to it anymore.
She looks over, and she is just, her eyes go wide open. And she, like, puts a cap on it and moves it off of the heat. She goes, "No, this shouldn't have happened. I thought I knew." Okay, that's fine. I'll just have to try again. Wow. I'm sorry. I guess you're just not seeing me in good form today. I must have left it on the heat too long.
Would you explain to me some of your processes here? I am well trained in herbalism. Alchemy is a bit beyond my skill, though.
I would say alchemy is a bit beyond mine as well.
I know a bit about
A tiny bit of potion brewing here and there. Minor things I've picked up from my mom and my mom's mom. Healing salves. Things to cure poisons and venoms.
What about poisons? Do you carry those and make any of those?
Are you here?
I think we decide.
No, when we
No.
went to the other.
you can- He's already there, so you would follow. You'd
Okay.
probably be coming in around.
Yeah, I
this
was thinking about
this
coming
point.
in. Here, poison.
I didn't care about the herbs. I don't think I went there.
Yang was off doing something
Yeah.
else.
Something else. Darius was interested. Darius would go over.
So as she's talking to you and she starts relaying some of those more deep understandings of her craft, Yang, what are you doing?
I think I was gonna go play a prank on the guy inside.
The inside guy. Okay.
Yeah.
What? I want
Sure.
to see how that plays out.
So
Shava's
he didn't like
right.
how the guy was mean to Shava. So he climbs up to a window facing inside.
Okay.
And he's gonna cast Druid craft and make mushrooms grow from his cup. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like an umbrella
make a
for
stealth
a
check.
drink.
That is a 10 plus stealth. 13.
13.
And he is chuckling to himself too out there.
So these windows are not glass; they're kind of open
Okay.
air with shutters.
Oh, I
and
see,
They're,
yeah.
they're open right now to let some of the
He's
warm. And you start casting, and you watch as these little mushrooms start forming on the sides, and the bigger ones kind of grow, and you see him lift the cup up, and then you cannot contain your own snickering as you watch him lifting the cup up, and he just tosses it behind him directly into your face. And the beer splashes all over it, and he sets it down, and then just puts his feet back up, not even looking at you.
Nice.
With the mouthful of beer, he's
And
gonna
probably do the mushroom in there.
yeah, he's
in
gonna.
your mouth.
I'm gonna stick my head back up and I'm gonna spit it back at him, and I'm just gonna run away.
This mushroom just kind of bounces off his table.
Yep.
And he just shakes his
Jerk.
head.
God.
As you
It's just a prank, bro.
as you turn around from the window, you see a young girl, probably around 18, standing there. What you doing? As she sees this mushroom fly out of her mouth. She is wearing half plate and has pink bobbed hair and a huge hammer on her back with an emblazoned shape of a heart in bright red on it.
Sounds like it's my best friend.
So this is like as I was like jumped down from the window and like looked back.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, whoa, hi. Yeah, that guy, he threw a bunch of mushrooms at my face. It's a jerk.
That is certainly a jerk thing to do.
Yeah.
And as you look at her, you see her eyes are like cataract. But she still seems to be looking at you, like tracking you. Nice to meet you. And she holds out her hand. My name's Liv.
I'm Yang. Give her a good old shake.
She does a very dramatic.
Oh, you said, is she human? She's like a humanoid?
She is human.
Okay. Cool.
I think you're
I'm an apeling.
an apeling.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating. Tell me more.
And I start to do like a little jig and wiggle my tail around. See? You want to see a real show? I can put on a performance.
Yes, I want to see a show.
Yes. And so
She sits down.
He's so
cross-legged.
excited. And he just whips out his cymbals and throws them up in the air and then jumps on his hands and grabs them with his feet and then does like a little performance and claps and yeah.
Yes.
He's got just such a big smile. He's so happy.
Roll a performance check for me.
17.
17. She seems genuinely like engaged with what you're doing, and she claps along to the rhythm of what you do.
Yay! I'm so glad you like it.
Do the symbols? What she's kind of Greta has kind of been done describing what she was doing. Do the symbols?
I think my goal is to get as much attention as I can. So yeah, I'm just.
I would be Whispers would be completely uninterested. He would immediately recognize it as yang noise.
Yeah.
Yang noise.
They ignore it. Unless he's screaming, I don't care.
Liv stands up after watching your performance, and she goes in to give you a big hug, lifting one of her legs up.
I fully accept.
That was amazing. And she pulls back. Watch my show, and you watch her do like a little spark of magic from her hands. Ha!
Yes.
Yes. So exciting. I love it.
I love you.
Oh. I mean, good.
I knew we'd be friends.
We are certainly friends. Definitely.
Goodness.
I'll be inside.
Yeah.
I hope to see more of you.
You too.
And then she goes into the main cottage. Things kind of settle down after that. Night starts to encroach.
Whispers would like to take a time, because I wouldn't hang out in the common room much, and see if I could grab a few more small animals for the guy.
This would be a survival check.
That is a 12.
12 is good enough to find. I think you do find like a baby rabbit. And you find like maybe a field rat.
Okay. Would not take the baby rabbit.
You wouldn't?
No, I would not.
Okay.
Because it's that would be dishonorable.
It's the circle of life.
It is. I would consume the field rat.
Just
So selfish.
The rodents, man. Owls and rodents.
All
I
right.
was going to give this to the innkeeper, but would keep this for myself.
Just with feather stained red, like didn't find anything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so the rabbit stew is prepared, and they bring in a big pot and start serving out of it in the main space. So whoever wants to join for dinner can.
Whispers at some point would like to try stew. And trying to get stew into a bird beak, I can only see as being
You have a spoon.
problematic. Yeah, but he's got like this trough in his beak, and it's he's unimpressed with stew and goes back outside.
Yeah, it's
And you
really
guys are like,
watery.
what?
Not a whole lot of meat. Liv looks up at Greta. I love your cooking. Thank you so much for having us in your lovely home. Does anyone mind if I sing?
Oh my gosh, please do. Can I join?
Of
course.
Maiden singing for us in an evening. Wonderful.
She goes on to sing a merry tavern. I'm not a proficient singer. I don't think I could do sing.
Insert Vocaloids here.
Insert Vocaloids. She does kind of this tavern tune. It's got a really nice way to it, but she's got a beautiful singing voice.
Wow.
And she sings for a few minutes.
Are we all put to sleep? Is there a spell?
No,
Yay.
none of you seem to fall asleep.
Is Andy there? Is he like joining along or listening?
And you actually see Andy's head.
I know.
Even though he's not looking and
Yeah,
has
he's
his
just-
hat tilted, his head is actually bobbing.
I'm going to take my rabbit soup, and I'm gonna go attempt to make friends with Andy again.
You go over, sipping on your soup, and
I sit down at his table.
his hat. He tilts up his hat.
Hi again.
Hi.
You know, I'm not saying that you and I are friends, but I'll be friends with my soup, and you'll be friends with your drink, and then we can pretend we're friends.
Maybe our soup and drink can be friends together, and then we'll just stay like mutual acquaintances.
I mean, that's an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Yang's gonna try to dance with Greta if she'll dance.
She's
With
happy
Greta or
to
with
dance.
Well, I'll let Liv sing. I'm gonna dance with Greta.
Yeah, Greta is happy to dance, and she's twirling around, and Liv is singing, and it's merry as the door slams open, and you see a bit of a portly gentleman walking in with multiple rings on his fingers.
Whoa.
The tilted timber. Nice place.
What is that?
I need a room.
Hey, welcome to the middle of the show. Hope you're enjoying Dive Cloud so far. We wanted to let you know that we really appreciate all the people who have reached out to us, and I wanted to share our first review. It is from Dirk So Ergel. They said, "Awesome, very well done, unique, and thoroughly enjoyable. Please bring us more," which we all super appreciate. If you'd like to have a review read on the show, just leave a 5-star review and we'll pick out our favorites. Now back to the show.
And Greta is like, oh, of course. I lost myself in the moment. And she goes over to the counter and starts setting him up. He is wealthy. Just like flaunting it, basically. Which seems like a bad idea on an open road, maybe, but that's what he's doing.
Darius is going to go over to you and just grab you by the scruff and like, you're going to stay away from that man. You're going to
Just dancing, like staring at him.
That'll be
I'm
fine.
actually gonna come dance with Yang.
Yes.
With the innkeeper.
In my head we're like dancing, but we're going in like circles, but we're going like towards the guy.
Yeah, we're both planning his demise.
Yes.
Would you say that you have a place I could put an animal? And Greta...
What does that mean?
Greta looks at him uncertainly. I'm sure we have a rough stable house. It's not anything fancy, but it'll do for most pack animals. Well, good enough. He steps back outside.
I'm gonna look after him and peek at the animal that he has.
You peek outside and you see something unlike anything you've ever seen before. It is this cart laid down with wood with what looks to be some sort of elk. You would say at first glance, maybe, tied with huge amounts of rope and metal wire. It is shiny in the moonlight. It's skin made of hard metal that seems to bend and warp as it pushes against the ropes, and it lets out a cry that the rest of you hear. A kind of deep, guttural, mechanical cry that splinters off into high pitches.
Mechanical.
And you see that its face is not like an elk's. It is pointed and angular, and it has glowing blue eyes.
Shava is so excited about this that her eyes are like almost glittering with how excited she is by this thing.
You see two other men one wearing heavy armor and the other wearing like medium kind of leathery armors, 2 short swords, and the other has the one long sword at his side and a shield. And they take it over to where the stables are. Once that large man walks past and kind of motions them over. Over there.
Okay, I'm going to quietly close the door or whatever I was like looking at him, just like close it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna walk back over to Yang because
You won't believe what I saw. It was so cool.
Terrible.
and I'll explain what it looks like to.
Yeah,
to
it's
you.
hard to explain. The only thing you've ever seen that looks like it is maybe Nyx. You're familiar.
I don't say that.
Did it look like it had metal on it?
It was almost completely made.
That's all I would say.
It was so
Check this
shiny.
out.
It was so shiny.
It sounded in pain though. Is it okay?
I don't know.
Darius wants to see this thing.
So Darius
Really
steps outside. You see Liv, her eyes have kind of brightened up, and she's following Darius out to see what all the commotion is. You step outside and you see the two men putting it underneath this kind of rough. There's like hay kind of mashed around the edges of it, and there's a top to protect from rain made of wood, but that's really all it is they kind of position this cart underneath it by hand, and once they've taken it off their horse.
I'm gonna follow them as well.
Me too.
And I'm gonna go up to them and be like,
My name is Shava.
To the two men.
Liv.
Oh, to Liv.
Yeah.
Oh, Shava. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name's Liv.
Hi, Liv.
I love what you've done with your hair. It's fantastic.
I made them myself.
I'm gonna caress my horns.
Your horns are beautiful.
Made them still.
Thank you.
Are you going to be staying for much longer? I know I'm not.
I think we're just staying for one night.
Okay, that's what I'm.
Okay, we'll see each other often as well. Do you want to come look at the animals?
Oh, yes, of
We're already
course.
heading out there, right?
Yeah, you
Okay,
guys are
cool.
walking, and I think all three of you roughly see this creature at the same time as I described. Its eyes kind of flaring as it pushes and pulls at the ropes. You hear the creaking
noise.
Yeah, it is still making noise and occasionally letting out one of those deep screams that, if you've ever heard an elk screech, it's like that, but it grinds and kind of turns into creaking, squeaking metal.
Darius is gonna go over to the dude who's like chaining it out and is like, where did you find this? Or what
He
is that
puts his
thing?
hand up to stop you from getting any closer.
Oh, I'm just a friend who's curious. You've got quite an estranged beastie there. What is that?
The portly man looks at the rest of you. You've never heard of the mechanical beasts?
Well, I've worked on something quite similar. Not a beast, but a man. This is quite a lot like it, but more crude, if I might say.
Wow. They live in the tower.
You've been to the tower?
No. I just bought this from a man who had been.
That whispers would drop out of the dark where he'd been watching this whole thing.
Tell me the name of this man.
Gods! What is this
Where did you acquire this
disgusting
abomination?
creature doing here? Get it out of my face.
Careful, he's a little different from you and I, but he means
I hate
well
birds.
for them.
And he'll eat you.
Don't call him a bird.
I'd like to see him try.
He'll do it, and he'll do it quickly. I might just let him this time.
Please step away from my merchandise.
We're not here for your merchandise. We just want to know who bought this thing and where it came from.
I bought it from a man who lived in Aether.
What was
I
his
would like to know why you smell so of fried swine.
Probably the pork. I have no need to explain my smells to a disgusting forest creature. Half man, half bird. Unnatural.
My head spins around and looks at you guys, and you could swear the beak has a smile.
No!
How does that happen?
You don't quite know.
Seeing that, and it puts like a little fear into Yang, and he walks up to this dude. He's like, "You really gotta stop, dude."
I'm doing nothing. You're all
Well,
in my space.
just wanted to ask a few questions. You see, I'm a tinkerer myself, and I've always been interested in this
That's
mechanical
fascinating,
beast.
but I'm not interested.
All right, you prick. Calm down. Take your eyes and your tongue and put it back inside and
I'm
just...
going to be off to my quarters. And he snaps at his men. Make sure they don't get close.
I'm gonna stick my
Is
tongue
this still
out
the,
at one of
is
the
this
men.
still a rich dude?
Yeah, the rich dude. His accent's kind of changing a
And
little
then
bit.
I like
I'm
it.
lean over to you and be like, you know, I said before about staying away. You can prank him as much as you like.
What
So,
if we just went up and boop real quickly?
When you want to stay
You
away.
watch as-
like there's the dudes.
you watch as the
guards.
man, the one with the longsword, kind of draws the blade up, letting it flash in the moonlight, and then sheathes it.
I'm going to. Ooh, I can flash weapons too.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my cords and be like, pretending like it's all sharp.
They both kind of just are like
Do the
shaking
same
their heads.
I would look at him and be like, warriors. Groundwalkers worth your breath. You work for that large one?
Yeah, we don't get paid to answer questions unless you want to pay us to answer questions. So, otherwise, scram.
I'll hold out one of my jewels and look at him.
Their eyes open very
I'm
wide.
just gonna like this is a very special little gift I have for you. If you answer any of our questions, you can hold on to it for as long as you like.
You watch as one of them is like, no, like, no. And the other dude, the other mercenary, I'll just refer to him as that, looks over and kind of peeks to see if the guy's gone into his room and has. You can answer questions.
Right? I'm just gonna like just lean over, like take his hand, just like, all right, tell us who he is, who he bought that from, what this thing is.
He doesn't actually shake it.
Right, I'm like, well, it takes a big impact or a very high velocity for it to explode. So he just kind of shaking it, he'd be okay.
He kind of shakes it, listens to see if it's like a hollow or anything.
I promise you, that's genuine jewel right there. Answer any of our questions. That's yours. Who is he? Who did he get this from? What is that thing?
That's Julian.
No.
Yes. Why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it? Oh man.
Julian. Strange name.
Some sort of lord, don't know where.
Lord. Alright. Do you know who he bought this beastie from?
He kind of picked us up right before he left. Don't know who he bought it from. Didn't ask.
I've got another one of these jewels if you let me take a look at that beastie.
That one's going to require a persuasion check.
Alright. I thought so. Alright, I have persuasion. What have I?
All I can imagine is this guy taking it to a jeweler to get some jewelry made. Ding.
19.
19?
I want to tinker with that thing.
He checks on the door again. And the one guy's like, no, but seriously, we can't. The other guy kind of just shrugs them off. He's like, we can consider it.
Alright. Wonderful. So you ask him any questions you want. I'm gonna go look at that beastie. And else, like Darius is just gonna like
The guy stops you before you get too close. You've got 1 minute.
1 minute. Alright. Darius is just gonna pull out, he's just gonna start inspecting like its hooves and its like arm to like see the metalwork to see if it looks made like somebody crafted it or if it looks more like natural and like rugged, like you'd see natural metal veins
Okay.
appearing.
Gang also took that as an invitation for him to go.
No, they
So he's just going to start
they stop.
marching on over.
I would
Just
even
like-
put out the pole arm and hook you back.
Just grab my vest and, well, okay.
As you start looking over the animal, its chest is made of like, and its whole body is made of these separate metal constructed pieces that fit together, and they kind of bend and warp in a way that you've never seen metal do, especially metal is what looks to be as thick as it is. It moves like skin.
Okay.
And there are these separate pieces that are all connected together, and these mechanical parts of the animal you can like even see through because they're hollow or they look almost skeletonized, but the forms are organic and if constructed, are constructed past the level of any craftsman you have met, and you've met the best, as far as you're aware.
Right. Because you look around, like, so, like, it was making sounds as though it were in pain. Does it look like it's, like, got, like, things, like, staked into it, like ropes tied to it, or anything that, like, looks like it'd be causing it pain?
You see physical damage to it around its kind of chest region, and it seems to be, like, leaking. It is a similar shade of blood, but more purple.
Could I use mending on this because it's not organic and it's kind of metal and maybe?
Are you trying to hide that you're casting magic on it? Because
I mean,
one of the guys is keeping a very close eye on
Right.
you as you do this.
It's hurt. I could make it. I could fix it for you. It'd probably work better, do you better, Lon, and it'd stop that awful noise. I promise you. I'm a cleric, and then I look over and I'm like, I show him my symbol, and like, I promise you, this is for the better good of this creature.
We're not going to let that happen. No way. No. No magic. No funny business.
You twat. Don't know what's good for you.
Your minute's up.
All right. He's gonna ask, like, is anybody like good at sketching here? Like, none of you know how to sketch. You know how to draw.
I mean, I'm probably the only one that has like
I was like,
the
if I
impulse
have
to
a
do
little
it.
bit.
Right.
I'm gonna start writing a letter to Logrit about this, just like, or like keeping a log of all of the weird things that I see, and this would be the first one.
Okay.
Liv, have you ever seen anything like this?
Liv is looking at it fascinated, like, I've heard about it. I heard that there are creatures unlike anything the world has ever seen in the tower. Something far beyond what I could ever even dream. Maybe this is what that is. I don't know.
Whispers is fascinated by that.
All I've heard is stories, rumors, but it's my hope that someday I can climb to the top of that tower.
You believe these creatures are natural?
Probably.
From
They
the
look
looks of it,
natural
me too.
enough.
I've never seen anything come out of a man-made. This isn't something somebody could create. This is natural. There's organs. It's moving.
And if something can cry like that, it has to have some kind of soul.
There's more going on here than just metal. Wispy.
You would find the pole arm aim towards you very quickly. I have given you a name speakable in your tongue. Please use it.
Sorry.
Anyway, time to view this, whatever it is over. I suggest you go sleep or do whatever it is you do, but don't hang around here.
Thank you for your indulgence. Might I ask to trade stories of warriors? Is that not a social ritual you engage in?
Go shove it up your cloaca. And the other dude's like, what's a cloaca?
I'm unfamiliar with that term. I would flap off.
I'm gonna grab Shava's hand and be like, "Shall we go back?" And then start to like skip along back to the thing,
Okay.
and then start to plot how we're gonna steal this guy's gold.
Of course we would. I would expect nothing.
I'm very excited about this plan we are going to make.
I'm gonna go out to you specifically like, you think you could help me free that thing? You think you could find a creature? I don't like it seeing something like that, the masterful creation tied up like that.
I mean, I could sure create a ruckus.
It'd have to be done well. We can't get caught, especially not with 2 armed guards. We don't want to cause too much ruckus, but I can't stand seeing that thing.
I mean, the guy did buy the thing. I mean, the least we could do is help put it at ease. Mend it. You said you could heal it?
Enough time to heal it, at least.
What if we snuck out at night and then we went over and then we healed it?
I mean,
And then, if we cause enough of a ruckus, Whispers can go in and steal all the gold.
What's everyone talking about over here?
I'm gonna grab her and I'm like,
We're just talking about how awesome your hammer is.
My hammer is awesome. You're right.
Did you make it yourself?
No. I knew someone who was very good at weapons making and enameling.
Ooh.
What is
Yeah.
your name?
Oh, you wouldn't know them.
I want to know them.
Well,
Were
if
they in the city where we are going?
no, they're from no.
She goes to another school.
It would be a long story. I'm free to tell it to you at some point, but now I want to hear. I heard maybe something about either stealing. I swear I heard a little bit of something.
Healing.
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 Oh,
Stealing.
that makes more sense.
Healing.
Healing. Yes, that's exciting.
Do you want to help us? Can you
Yes.
heal things?
Well, a little bit.
Where's Whispers at?
He is. You would know he's probably not far watching this whole shenanigans.
He's up in the trees, hiding in the shadows.
Whispers, you believe in the natural,
Are
right?
you just shouting that up into the trees?
Whispers! Whispers at sunset.
I would respond.
The distance, you don't see it.
We are not taking belongings that are not ours.
Not taking, not stealing. Time to heal. Makes things
I'm
better.
not speaking to you.
All right.
I love this
Oh,
voice.
Oh, Whispers, don't worry about us.
That is what you hired me to do. Well, not you. You sat in a crate and ate all of the provisions.
Well, I'll be in my cabin if anyone needs me. Feel free to knock on the door.
Thank you, Liv.
You're welcome.
It was nice meeting you.
You too, Shava.
Did you hear that? She's so nice.
We made a friend.
I'm gonna go for a high five.
She kind of skips off towards her
Goodness.
cabin. The night has pretty much settled. The sun is completely gone at this point.
Let's
Time
go.
to attack.
Let's
It's just like,
I just need you two to make a distraction big enough to get them away so I can get in. It takes, actually, how much time does mending take? I think it's a minute.
It depends on how much mending you have to do.
Well, how big?
It's a cantrip, so
Yeah, how big were the cuts?
The cuts were sizable. Like whatever was blood-like substance was coming out was mostly dried, but as it moved around, more would kind of come
Because
out.
like the duration's like instantaneous, but the casting time is a minute.
Yeah,
So would it like
to cut-
would it take me a minute
if
to
you-
do it, or would it take a minute for?
It would take you a minute to use the spell, regardless of whether it works or not.
You know, you may not be into our little heist, but I think that distraction would be good, because then you could do your thing, and the guards would be like, oh my gosh, there's noise, and then they would come into the inn, maybe.
Well, you do your thing. If I see an opportunity, I'll take it.
So
Don't get caught. If you get into trouble, you're on your own. I won't stop you this time.
the night quiets down. Andy goes back to his cabin as well. And what do you guys want to do? Is there a plan, or is it just kind of going whatever?
I think if Yang wants to, and just talking to Shava, like Yang wants to go knock on Julian's door, and then try to charm person him, and get him to come to the tavern to like have a jolly time with us, and then see if we can convince the guards to come with too. Or I don't know, or maybe something goes wrong.
Is
Charm
Julian
person
in his
lasts a
room?
minute,
Okay,
and they know they've been charmed.
ah, damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, another good thing is we could. I might be able to imitate the noise of the beast,
Ooh.
so I could make it sound like it's screeching and then running away.
I like it.
But aren't they right there?
No, we're not. We only want
Oh.
the ring man.
Oh, that's right. You only want the ring man.
All right, so do what you're gonna do.
All right, I'm gonna take out my cymbals, and when you make that screechy noise, I'm gonna also like. The goal is, I think, to try to make the guy think that something's wrong, or yeah,
Yeah.
So
and get him to call the guards
because you're
over.
using thaumaturgy, I would have you roll a deception check at advantage because you're getting help from Yang.
Okay. Where's my?
Oh!
It didn't even matter.
That's
Natural
a natural
20.
20.
Yeah!
You managed to recreate that elk's noise with actually frighteningly accurate, like uncannily accurate.
I could just see her like opening her mouth and be like, and there's just like the noise coming out.
You,
That is what she does.
you see the taller of the two figures kind of point in a direction, and then Yang's also.
Yeah, but he's been doing like this, like trying to make like a deeper thunder to the ring.
One of the guards points over at the sound, and the other one goes off to check it out. And then
Do we hear any commotion?
you
from-
hear a stirring in Julian's room if you're next to it or listening to it, and the door creaks open.
Does he also have windows in his cabin?
No, he does.
One of the guards
He doesn't?
left.
Is there a
He's-
fire? Is there a fireplace?
There would be kind of an opening
Mm-hmm.
where you would. It's kind of like almost like an animal door
Okay.
on like the back of it. Looks like it's barred from the inside. Like there's
Oh.
some sort of latch on the inside of it.
Gotcha. Execute plan. And then Yang, I'm gonna run and climb up to the roof And so what he's trying to do is climb over, wait until the guy runs around, and he's just going to like climb from the roof through the door
Okay.
from that side.
Yeah. Julian steps through the door in a huff and opens, looking around. The door is open as he kind of trottles off forward. So are you swinging
Yeah.
in? All right. Make a stealth check.
That is a 15.
All right, yeah, you swoop in silently, stepping down onto the a bit creaky wooden floors, but you step lightly enough that they don't make too much sound. And Julian gets out of line of sight from the door. You are now in his quarters. You see a simple bed, much like the other cabins in size and shape. It's not very big. He seems to have like a really nice blanket, almost tapestry-like, that is on the bed, a little ruffled up. And you see a small chest and a satchel of belongings.
I'm going to be posted outside, by the way, ready to let Yang know as soon as he starts coming back.
Okay, you are peeking up from the side of the building.
Yeah.
Only
Darius.
I
Yeah.
was like just sitting on like the balcony, or not the balcony, or like whatever, like the outside of the tavern and the bar, just kind of watching, just waiting to like looking over at the stable, not like anything conspicuous, not staring, but just kind of like taking aware, like, oh, the night sky, and watching the two guards. So you said one of them
One
is gone over
of
the way?
them went to check out that noise that Jenny rolled a natural 20 on. So
What's the other one doing?
the other one is standing guard more vigilantly now.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak around the back of the stable, and then I have two more. Yeah, I have two more of the bombs made. Are ready to be used, and I'm gonna try to throw one farther down the road to make a spectral
Okay.
to distract the one.
It's loud.
Yeah.
Very loud.
All right, I'm not gonna use.
I would say just make an attack roll,
Mhm.
and we'll see how far it goes. Because if it's too close, it'll be...
It's a 19.
19 is plenty far. You
Okay.
throw the stone very far down the road, out of line of sight, and it goes boom. This deep, loud explosion. It's not very big, but it's certainly enough to wake everyone up.
Oh, I didn't think it'd be that loud.
It's pretty loud. It's an explosion.
Okay, well, is the guard leaving?
No, the guard now pulls his sword
Damn it.
and stands guard looking around, but did not notice you throw it. He just seems now on high alert.
Moving.
Can I, after hearing the explosion, use thaumaturgy one more time to make it sound like thunder and lightning? So maybe they think it's a storm.
Okay.
Cover our tracks.
Sure. You create the sound of kind of rolling thunder, which you heard earlier a few days ago. And he looks up at the sky and puts his sword away.
Not walking away.
Yeah, so inside, Yang's going to... He's not trying to rob the guy blind. He just wants shiny things. So he's going to open his pack and try to find any shiny stuff in
You
there.
find a pearl comb.
Yeah, I'm happy.
We're a bad party.
It looks like it's maybe made out of some
I
sort
just
of
want to heal
seashell.
this hurting
Yeah.
thing.
You-
and then any food.
Feelings.
He's really looking for any shiny stuff and extra food that he can grab.
You
Yeah.
find like
This
a
D-bag.
real cake and some cheese.
Oh my
Like
god.
they're very
Yang
fancy.
is so happy.
Like it's a big sweet bread with a few pieces kind of cut out of it, and you find a silver serving like a knife with it as well, and then
And a wheel of cheese.
and a smaller wheel of cheese that it looks like it also has slices out of it. And you can tell just from the smell that it is an expensive cheese.
Oh yeah. Okay. He's going to
Those are the food items you find.
he's going to stuff the pearl comb into his bag.
And there's that little chest.
In a little chest.
Yeah.
He's gonna leave the chest.
Okay.
Or he's gonna try to open it. Does it open right
you
away?
open it, it's locked.
Okay. He's just gonna leave it, and then grab the bread and just grab it and just put it in
Oh,
his bag, and then put the wheel of cheese in his mouth. And he's like,
the wheel of cheese in
yeah. And he's just trying to dip out of
Yeah,
it.
you dip out of there, no one sees you. One of the... do you close the door behind you, or do you just...
I leave it open.
Okay. You see Liv's head poking out of the door of her cabin, and she sees you running. She's like, what's going on?
I'm gonna break off a bit of cheese and be like, here you go.
She catches it.
Toss it over, yeah.
Thank you.
And Yang's so excited, he's gonna be like, woohoo! And he's just yelling as he runs away.
Oh no.
All right, they're just the night is filled with noises. You hear Yang shouting, thunder bursts, explosions, elk screams. Because
I love watch. I'm thinking of this from Whisper's perspective, just watching all this shit
Whispers is
happen.
just watching like everything happen and seeing everyone do everything that is going on.
Being so confused by your culture.
Yeah.
While we're running back, I'm going to not say it out loud, but I'm going to say to Yang, using my awakened mind ability, which allows me to speak telepathically to someone.
Okay.
I'm going to say, if you have any physical objects that you got, make sure to hide them really well.
Okay. And he like shoves the cake deeper into his bag.
How does Yang react to hearing a random, it would be the voice of Shava.
Is it Shava's voice?
Yeah, it would be discernible as her.
Can you hear me?
No, it's
Okay, he just as he's running, when he's like yelling woohoo and stuff, and you talking, he's like, what the? Where? Oh, okay, and he just starts shoving the stuff deeper in his bag. That's his way of hiding it more.
All right, there is.
I don't know what to do. I can't get that guard to leave.
Kill him. No. I'm just-
That'd be bad.
Would we have seen him go out?
Yang, make a stealth check.
Would we have seen
I'm
him
not
go
being
out
stealthy.
to the?
Yeah, you knew what he was
Yeah.
going.
So,
He was going to try to rescue it.
all right, I'm going to assume that he's out there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go over,
Oh, okay.
and I'm going to.
You do find him eventually.
I got 22, by the way.
Wait, I'm not.
for
My
yourself.
stealth, just trying to skip away.
You see the other guy with his two short swords out, and he's like looking through the underbrush.
Mhm.
But you notice him before that and kind of slink past him.
So I'm not actually going to go meet up with Darius. I'm going to go up to the person guarding.
The mercenary.
Yes. I'm going to say, quickly, you should come inside. It's going to storm. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard a weird sound. I think it was thunder, but it was weird.
Will you be okay out here in the storm? Do you need something?
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Oh no!
11.
11. I would say that's a partial success. Yeah, I'll go back in. My shift's gonna end pretty soon anyway. I'll take it early, and then once my friend gets back, I'll come inside.
Okay.
Sure.
Make sure to stay dry out here.
Okay. You too.
I'm not staying out here.
Why is that?
Because it's gonna storm.
Oh.
Did you not hear that?
I'll be fine.
Well, sorry, Darius.
I'm like if the other
Well,
dude's not coming back, or
There was a
The other dude
conversation
is
that
still
happened.
searching.
We could have.
yeah. What? Is he's still out searching?
Yeah.
That's too metagaming. I was about to ask, would the dude have been distracted enough for me to get in and do the act? And
Well, by her,
Yeah.
maybe. You'd certainly have to roll stealth in order to get past him.
I'm good at stealth.
Yep.
I'm gonna try it.
But I'll give you advantage because, I
That's
assume you're giving him this distraction. As you see him approaching, trying to kind of get past, you probably make yourself even more distracted.
That I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So advantage.
It's gonna be bad, man.
Advantage.
Oh, thank you.
Nat 20! Oh, Nat 20 is super good.
Yes.
What a wonderful night.
Yeah. You do manage to slip past the guy,
Okay.
and you see the elk-like machine breathing deeply, letting out kind of a tiny whine as you
Mhm.
approach.
I'm just gonna cast mending on it. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna.
You start
Yeah, just
casting
like-
mending, and you do see it work.
That's all I've got for you, friend. Hopefully, sadly I couldn't do more. You'll find your way out. Something as majestic as you. Kind of like talking, like whispering to it.
You're whispering
Yeah.
very quietly. No, you're not. You don't need to roll stealth for that. You do manage to mend some of the wounds, and it seems to help, and it breathes a little less heavily.
Okay.
But it looks up at you, and you can see, like, you swear for a second you can feel its pain, and it is just, like, and you're not sure whether you're actually feeling its pain or whether it's just an emotional response, but you seem to, like, understand that it is afraid and in a place that it doesn't know and can't move.
I want to help him more. Is it bonded by stuff? By
Yeah,
different
lots
things?
of ropes and wires, metal wires.
What would it take to break those?
Either time or, I mean, the metal wires aren't super thick. You could cut them with a knife, but it would be hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay, you start with the ropes, sawing them
Okay.
through, and you see one of its legs gets out, and it just starts kicking. It just starts, like, bashing down into the wood, and the guy starts to turn around.
Whoa!
Shava, do you do anything?
I'm going to say, you see the storm is picking up. Do you hear that?
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
In my mind, it is completely cloudless in the sky. Whisper's just looking up like, what are they talking about?
Unnatural 20.
You rolled double 20s?
Yes!
Unnatural. Unnatural.
Even still.
Oh,
That's still good.
okay, yeah. That,
Phew.
I do hear it. I do hear the storm, and the elf starts, as you kind of are shushing it and trying to get it slowly retracts its leg, letting it kind of stop for a second, and it's not kicking anymore.
This is taking a little longer than I thought, so I'm actually going to start asking this guy for his life story.
And then, I mean, I'll cut the next, like, least intrusive one, so, like, it might not, like, start moving as much.
You see at this point, it kind of understands that you're helping it,
Okay.
and is not kicking violently
Good.
as you start.
Then I'll just
making
make my
room.
way around.
You see the other guy coming back around, like, he sheathes his swords, and it starts approaching from the side.
I'm going to look over and be like,
Oh, good evening. You should be careful. It seems like a storm or something is coming. Did you hear those noises?
Yeah, there have been a lot of noises, as it turns out.
A lot of noises.
Not a quiet night in this forest.
I wanted to ask if you needed anything, food, drink.
Yeah. So you're kind of blocking his path from looking and seeing.
Yes.
At this point, you have cut all the ropes.
Alright.
The only things left are the wire.
Is it strong enough to get away from the wire on its own?
You don't know because it's not moving right now. Like, it's understanding that you're trying to get it free, so it is not kicking wildly.
No. Alright, I was like, can I make would that be like, what, a perception or nature to see if it would be strong enough? Do you think? Or is that just completely indiscernible?
It could break out, maybe.
Okay.
You don't have enough familiarity with something like this to have any idea.
Well, I mean, I'll take out my tinkerer's tools because I probably have wires cutters or something.
Yeah,
in there
you would
that are
definitely
stronger.
have something like a wire
Right.
cutter.
I'll start using those, and I'll snap 2 of the wires. I'll leave maybe 1.
Okay, you leave.
Like, depending on, like, if it's starting to get close with the other dude coming in, I'll leave maybe 1. And
I will say you guys have successfully distracted them enough to cut all the wires and all the ropes.
Thank you, DM.
And you are you completely cut?
Yeah, I'll completely cut it.
You completely cut it free, and it's just laying there,
Alright.
almost understanding that it shouldn't get up.
Wonderful. I'm like, all right, then stealth check to get back out, or
Yeah.
all right. Oh, that's a 6.
6? That's not very good. No, but they should probably roll to see if they.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They start hearing this sound and they start to turn. The one guy starts to turn.
The moment they start turning around, I will, from the rooftop of the main inn where no one can see me, just start shrieking like
I will say no deception necessary. They are very distracted by that, and you sneak away successfully. Past.
Thank you,
But-
Whispers. That's sunset.
They're like, "What's that?" They draw their swords, and as they hear this shrieking, you start darting off, where are you going? Are you like going straight back to?
I wouldn't go straight back into the inn where like there's a line of sight me moving. I would just like kind of saunter by the wood, like just by the tree line, just kind of like, oh, what's over there? Just like looking around the inside of it, maybe playing with the dirt a little bit.
And as this shrieking starts, you hear the splintering of wood as this creature just kicks with all its might. Literally, the guy in front, he's...
Am I fine?
Oh,
I was right in front of him.
you are.
Oh no.
Okay. A hoof just kicks him in the back and he's sent flying 15 feet. As this hoof, you hear the crunch of bone as it just knocks him forward, right into you probably, and you fall backwards as well. And you can feel the second-hand thump of this thing as it lets out another cry. This one filled with like anger and like a sense of like urgency of I need to get out of here. So the entire shed part falls in on it as it kicks again forward, bounding up probably 10 feet in the air and then landing, the soil crumpling underneath its metallic hooves, and you see a sparking of electricity come from the back of its head.
Dude, this thing is cool.
And then it darts off into the woods.
Yay!
What was that? More animal. You see him start running after Julian sees as this thing is running past and starts chasing after it like no!
Can he be in his long johns too?
Yeah, he's got a nightcap on.
Yes.
And like a big long john hang over his gut.
I would
saved
like to
the
land
elk.
next to the guy who was kicked.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll
I'm
run
still
over because
underneath
like
him.
I don't want him to die. Yeah. And also to help Shava.
He is unconscious. Unless he got medical attention, he would definitely be dying.
I'll give him medical attention. I'm a cleric.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, if
all
he's
right.
helping him, I would fly after. What's his face?
Did I take any damage?
Javier.
Julian.
Julian's just chasing after it into the woods.
And I would address him as swine smeller. Do you not believe that greater creatures are hunting this thing? It is unwise for you to run into the woods.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, it's not good. Stop it. I'm still with it. It's gonna be a 12.
12. So that would be a partial success here. I'll send my men after it. And
that
he-
was a wise decision as you are round. And then I would fly back away.
Please.
yeah.
he runs back over seeing you giving medical attention to them.
Yeah. That's a
You fool! How did escape? My blood pressure.
Did you not see the sparkling light out of that thing? That thing crushed the stable with one bound. You left it alone? Of course it broke out. Let me hail your men. God's sake. Like, just turn around and ignore him and just, like, start helping this dude again. Like, checking for more broken bones. And-
Yeah. You've stabilized him. He certainly is very wounded, but not dying.
Right.
Yang's gonna open the door from the inside of their cottage and yell like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" And his mouth is full of cake just spitting out food. But he's left all the other stuff back inside the cottage. But it's like, "Oh no, hold on!" And he's just trying to stuff everything in while he's running. Yeah.
So Liv comes outside and sees the man lying, giving him like medicine, and everyone is now outside except for Andy, who
Really,
Who needs Andy?
interested in the world.
Greta is rushing back to her place to grab like healing salves. The ranger is he leaves to go track the elk, or at least to make sure that it's not coming back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what are the rest of you guys doing?
I think I landed wrong on my tail.
Yeah, once
Shava, come on, let's
feel
get
like-
you inside.
I'll
Get you
help,
healed
I'll
up.
help Greta like bring him or the broken dude like over to like wherever her shack is or like a bed or something.
Yeah,
not
he-
outside.
Here, we'll go into the closest cabin, which is Julian's. And Julian's like, that's my bed. Find a different one.
Alrighty then.
They just and Greta's like, oh, okay. We'll take him to our room, and they take him inside the cottage to the actual
Main hall.
main bedroom and
I
set him on the bed. And Greta starts applying like a healing salve to like what is now a huge bruise across this guy's entire back, and it like has spread to the front and side.
Right. Okay.
If Shava will go with me, I'm gonna take her, walk with her back to our cottage, and just giving her a fist bump, like, "Yeah, we did it!"
Yeah, I'm gonna fist bump him, and then I'm also going to like clutch my tail because I'm kind of scared, and I'm gonna like fix the bow that I have on the end of it.
Wait till you see the cheese. Oh, so smelly.
Did you eat all of it?
Not all of it. All I found was some cheese and a comb.
Well, okay.
I gave some to Liv though.
Okay,
She's real nice.
Okay, it was successful.
Mm-hmm.
Successful.
The ranger returns, saying that it ran off on a straight trajectory off to the east, off the main road, and doesn't seem to have doubled back or anything. So he's checking on Greta, making sure that she's safe. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
No,
before
I
you
think
go to
we
bed?
won. I think we won the night.
I'm gonna go see if I can go catch a small animal, and then I'm gonna find Shava. I'm gonna give you like a few gold to go and like thank you for that, and then I'll go over to.
Well, I helped too.
You give me a few gold.
I'll give you a few gold for helping me out, and then I'm gonna go over to Whispers and throw him like a rabbit if
Okay,
I can go catch one.
You'll need to make a survival check.
That's fine.
I'm going to return one of the gold pieces back
Alright.
to you, and I'm going to say, I had a lot of fun.
Wonderful. I got a 16 on survival.
16, you do find the tracks of some sort of small animal, but you'd have to actually track it and follow it, which will take time. So if you want to spend like an hour doing that, I'll say that do it. Okay, you take about an hour. Things settle down. Pretty much everyone goes back to sleep. Well, Julian does. Liv is still up. She seems excited and probably isn't going back to sleep.
That was totally sick.
I can't believe we did that.
And then, yeah, I'll come back and I'll, like, Whispers at sunset. Come on down. And see if you respond, I guess.
I'll fly down.
You saved my skin there. Here. And just toss it to him, like, up in the air.
As it's flying towards me, I will just bat it out of the air and I will walk up very aggressively on him and say, had you not been helping that creature, I would have left you to be skewered by those men. If they go for the monkey, I will not intervene.
Alrighty then. Sorry. Tried to thank you. Guess I know what I'm not wanted, and then just walk away.
It is not that you are not wanted. It is that your behavior was unacceptable.
Yang's gonna look at Tashiva and be like, why doesn't he like me? He's so mean to me.
I don't know, maybe he just has a
probably-
taste for monkey?
Oh.
I wouldn't worry about that. I'm going to pat you on the back.
So the night passes, and in the morning you see Liv has a large pack that is fully ready in the morning, sitting by the table that she's sitting at, eating some scrambled eggs that Greta and Damien fixed.
Liv, are you heading out already?
Oh, pretty soon. Probably an hour or two.
And you said you're heading to Aether as well, right?
I'm gonna climb to the top of that tower.
Oh, man. Well, I sure hope we see you there.
I'm sure you will.
Wait, I do have to ask though, are you blind?
Oh,
I've held it in so long.
oh no! I can see better than I ever could before.
But your eyes are so foggy.
I'll tell you. I'm something that, as far as I know, I've only met one other person like me. We're called Moon Watchers.
I think I've heard of that.
What?
Watcher.
I was looking at the moon. I was stargazing like I do every night. And I was looking at the moon when Tower fell happened.
You actually saw it happen?
Well, I saw a blinding flash, and my vision was dark for an entire day. I thought I was blind for a while, but then I started to see, and I could see more than I ever had before, in more detail, more clarity. My eyes apparently have glazed over. People sometimes maybe mistake that I'm not looking at them. That happens. But sometimes I swear I see things that aren't really there. But I don't really know. Anyway, I've met one other person who has the exact same thing that I do, just along the road. But I don't know. Ever since that day, I feel like the tower has been calling me. So I'm off to go best it.
Oh my gosh. And do you know how anyone can... I want to see like that.
Well, I'm sure you can someday.
Maybe when I get to the tower.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. The world's full of possibility.
It sure is.
I'm going to, once Yang and I probably settle down for the night, I'm going to tell him about how I almost made friends with Andy and how I switched the potions.
Yes.
Andy-
But screw that Andy guy. I don't like him.
Hey, he's acquaintance.
He definitely is in the corner of this place.
Yeah.
Still. So he probably can hear you.
I think this was just recapping our evening.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like just talking over the stuff from the day.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
Cut back to morning.
Andy is in the corner like he was the night before.
Yeah.
Drinking some kind of tea that has been fixed. And Julian walks in a huff. Someone has stolen my cheese, my cakes. Someone came into my room last night. Not only that, my elk is gone. I cannot recoup my losses. I did have cheese and cake, but now it's gone. And my elk.
It sounds delicious.
Who will make this right?
Darius is just drinking, just like at the bar, like, what?
Those ropes, they were clearly cut. My men looked at them, they told me as such. Or my one man, now.
Speaking of the other one, is he okay?
He is awake now, but he's still in the bed. With the use of healing magic and the salves right away.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's our problem that your thing got away.
And from the looks of it, it's gone. That ranger came back and said it's not coming back.
Seemed like it knew where it wanted to go.
All right. I don't know who let my elk free, but I'm willing to pay anyone who brings it back quite the sum. As long as I get it back, I don't care. I'll forgive. I'm generous. How does 300 gold pieces sound?
I'm looking at the crew trying to gauge our interests. Are we interested?
I'm just gonna pull out my gems and just like start twirling in my finger, like, I don't need your money.
Filthy mountain diamonds.
If your men who have been with this creature for quite some time can't find it, how do you expect strangers who don't know what it is?
300 gold pieces.
That beast was out of place here anyways. It seemed like it needed to go back to where it was coming from.
Fine. I'll take my business elsewhere.
Have a great day.
And Yang's gonna like take with his tail, grab a piece of cheese out of his back pocket.
Are you trying to even hide it?
Well, once he
From the
walks
rest of
away, and
people?
I'm showing it off to everyone else, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, you... I mean, people.
I guess specifically our crew.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be like,
Woohoo! Woohoo! Look at this. The mercenary not having anything to guard is also in there, just drinking.
Yeah. So we can just keep going, right? We need to pack up provisions and.
I want to see Liv before she goes.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Hello. I want to.
She's just like, open your eyes, Steph. I'm right here.
Yeah, but I want to speak with her.
What would you like to speak about?
Hello.
Hello.
I was curious. Are you planning on going into the tower when you get there?
Of course. I would need provisions and other, necessities. But yes.
This trek seems kind of hard. It may not be a bad idea to just stay with our troop until you get there.
I could. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm actually interested in taking him up on that offer, though. I would join you, but I think I'm gonna follow that elk. Plus, if it's from the tower, it means maybe I could learn something from it. Even if I don't, 300 gold pieces might be nice to buy provisions and such, so no, I think I'll do that instead.
Make sure the elk stays safe at least, just for our own sake.
Sure, I can do that. Well, I should get going. I need to track it.
Darius is gonna, when she leaves the building, he's gonna follow her out, and he's gonna ask her, he's like, do you intend to bring that thing back to that man?
I don't know if I could. I just want to learn from it. If I can bring it back, maybe I'll try, but I don't think so.
I'd advise you not to. One, it'd probably give you a hell of a fight, and you might not come back in one piece. And I felt something when even from that small touch I had with it, it's not from here. It's not meant to be in the hands of a man like him, or in the hands of anybody in general. I'd best you'd learn from it, take what you can, but you leave that best alone. I think that'd be best for you and it.
I'll make you a promise. I will not hurt it at all, if I can help it, at least.
I don't think you'll have to try or even come with it, as long as you come with it with a sense of strong heart and good morality. You take care of yourself. And then just walk away.
You too, Darius. You have a great beard, by the way.
Thank you. Lovely lass.
So has Julian left on his own?
He's gotten all his things together, and the other mercenary is packing everything up kind of on the cart. Well, the cart's destroyed. They take the wagon wheels, but the rest of it is just mangled, and they've got one horse, and that with all their belongings on it.
I would land near him, somewhat non-threatening, but menacing, and be like,
You have used your coin to become an apex predator, but you are soft. Coin will not help you survive. Well, Clack might be getting.
You're making it to
Gosh.
that's so scary. Oh, that's good. That's going to be an 18.
He just kind of gets pale faced.
I would suggest you lose several of those pounds and train yourself in the art of combat, if you choose to continue behaving the way you do.
I'll back off.
Loki threatens.
Yeah, with that, Liv is going off into the woods, following the tracks. The ranger, Damien, shows her where the tracks start, and then offers to go with her, but she kind of rejects kindly and starts on her way just off into the wood. And then the rest of you make your way along the road.
I feel kind of bad leaving her like that.
Liv? She seems pretty well on herself.
Yes, but going in there alone is going to be scary.
I do not believe she can be killed. She has moon touched by the tower.
Yeah,
She has the blessing of the divine upon her. Surely, that is something.
I'm sure she'd do all right. Best to leave her alone. Worry about ourselves.
But I do hope we see her back at Aether.
Party continues down the path further towards Aether, now in the deep of the Midwood. And I think that's where we're going to end our episode 2.
Woo! We solved your elk puzzle.
Thanks again for listening, everyone. I really like how this episode turned out. I took a lot of the feedback from episode 1 to heart, and we're working on making it even better every chance we get. If you'd like to support us right now, the best way to do that is to go out and tell your friends about us and share us on your social media. You can follow us on Twitter at DiveCloudCast. We want to get an even bigger audience and share our little D&D podcast with as many people as possible. We do release every other Monday, so I'll see you then. Take care, everyone.
Inspiration ignites an invisible channel that opens between machine and soul.